Today we are reading from Chaitanya Caritamrta. Madhya Lila, 21st chapter. Text, I believe, started from 105. Yes. But before we read this, I would like to read from Bhagavad Gita, verse and purport. Because following verses from Chaitanya Caritamrta are meditation upon Lord Krishna's beautiful form. So I would like to give first briefly introduction why we should do so. Okay. Manmana bhavamat bhakta madhyaji mam namaskuru mama vaishyasim satyam te pratijane priyasime. Always think about me, become my devotee, worship me and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. Purport by His Divine Grace Abhijana Bhaktivedanta Swami Shurupada. The most confidential part of knowledge is that one should become a pure devotee of Krishna and always think of him and act for him. One should not become an official meditator. Life should be so molded that one will always have the chance to think of Krishna. One should always act in such a way that all his daily activities are in connection with Krishna. He should arrange his life in such a way that through the 24 hours he cannot but think of Krishna. And the Lord's promise is that anyone who in such pure Krishna consciousness will certainly return to the path of Krishna, where he'll be engaged in the association of Krishna face to face. This most confidential part of knowledge is spoken to Arjuna because he is a dear friend of Krishna. Everyone who follows the path of Arjuna can become a dear friend to Krishna and obtain the same perfection of Arjuna. This verse stressed that one should concentrate his mind upon Krishna, the very form with two hands carrying a flute, the bluish boy with a beautiful face and peacock feather in his hair. There are descriptions of Krishnas found in the Brahma Samhita and other literatures. One should fix his mind on this original form of Godhead Krishna. One should not even devote his attention to other forms of the Lord. The Lord has multiforms as Vishnu, Narayan, Rama, Varaha, etc. But a devotee should concentrate his mind on the form that was present before Arjuna. Concentration of the mind on the form of Krishna constitutes the most confidential part of knowledge, and this is disclosed to Arjuna because Arjuna is the most dear friend of Krishna. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. We have a lot of verses to read today, so I don't know, can we read maybe in the circle, just one by one? Yeah. Because otherwise everyone else will fall asleep. Okay. know how to read this Bengali properly. In this case, Bhushanara Bhashana Hanga Sahengalika Sribhanga Sahara Upara the ornament. Bhusana, the ornament. Anga, the limbs. All these beautiful features of Krishna's hands and move obliquely, acting like arrows. So the mind of Srimati. When the arrows succeed in hitting its target, their minds can
Though they are very proud of their super excellent beauty, becoming a new Cupid, Krishna attracts their minds and engages in dasa. And Lord Krishna wanders in the forest of Vrindavan with his family. Tears flow constantly from their eyes.
Yeah, his ducks. I don't know. That's why I wonder, because yes, I read on my smartphone. Yeah, it was also parrot, but in ducks around his neck. The peacock feather in his hair appears like lightning in the sky. Krishna appears like a newly risen cloud, and the gopis appear like newly grown grains in the field. Constant rains of nectarine pastimes fall upon these newly grown grains, and it seems that the gopis are receiving beams of life from Krishna, exactly as grains receive life from the rain. It's beautiful, Krishna.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is full in also 6 opulences, including his attractive beauty, which engages him in conjugal love with the gopis. Such sweetness is the quintessence of his qualities. Shukadeva Goswami, the son of Vyasadeva, is described as pastimes of Krishna throughout Srimad Bhagavatam. During the description of his devotees, the devotees become mad with devotion.
Must the gopis have performed. With their eyes, they always drink the nectar of the form of Lord Krishna, which is the essence of loveliness and is not to be equal or surpassed. That loveliness is the only abode of beauty, pain, not release. It is self-perfect, ever fresh and unique. Therefore, this verse in Bhagavatam 10:44-14 was spoken by the women of Mathura when they saw Krishna in the wrestling arena.
The bodily beauty of Sri Krishna is like a wave in the ocean of eternal love. In that great ocean is the whirlpool of the awakening of ecstatic love. The vibration of Krishna's flute is like a whirlwind, and the flickering minds of the gopis are like straws and dry leaves. Falling down in the whirlwind.
Oh my dear friend, what severe austerities have the gopis performed to drink his transcendental beauty and sweetness through their eyes in complete fulfillment. Thus they glorified their births, bodies, and minds.
The sweetness of Krishna's beauty enjoyed by the gopis is unparalleled. Nothing is equal to or greater than such ecstatic sweetness. Even the predominating deities of the Vaikuntha planets, the Narayanas, do not possess such sweetness. Indeed, none of the incarnations of Krishna up to Narayan possess such a transcendental beauty.
You know that there are like 64 main qualities of Krishna, yes, and 4 unique qualities of Krishna. Anyone remember 4 unique qualities of Lord Krishna? One of them, yes. Rupa Madhurya. Yes. Other 2. Yeah, Lila Madhurya. And the last one. Yeah. So beauty, pastimes, play flute, and the last one. Yes. So, and in today's verses, we just read about one of the qualities, which is beauty. Not only one, obviously. His other qualities as well, but the main focus in the following verses is about his beauty. Krishna is all attractive, so that's why we're reading about his beauty. That is the difference, yes, because Narayan don't possess such sweetness. Indeed, none of the incarnation of Krishna up to Narayan possess such transcendental beauty. Okay, we can follow.
The vivid evidence in this regard is that the dearest consort of Narayana, the goddess of fortune, who was worshipped by all chaste women, gave up everything in her desire to enjoy Krishna, being captivated by his unparalleled sweetness. Thus she took a great vow and underwent severe austerities.
That's what Sahaja Krishna Prabhu mentioned in the beginning, yes. The quintessence of Krishna's sweet bodily luster is so perfect that there is no perfection above it. He is the immutable mind of all transcendental qualities. In his other manifestation and personal expansions, there is only a partial exhibition of such qualities. We understand all his personal expansions in this way.
Both the gopis and Krishna are complete. The gopis' ecstatic love is like a mirror that becomes newer and newer at every moment and reflects Krishna's bodily luster and sweetness. As competition increases, since neither give up, their pastimes become newer and newer, and both sides constantly increase.
The transcendental melodies generated from the dealings between the gopis and Krishna cannot be tasted by means of fruitive activity, yogic austerities, speculative knowledge, regulative devotional service, mantra yoga, or meditation. This sweetness can be tasted only through the spontaneous love of liberated persons who chant the holy names with great ecstatic love.
Such ecstatic transactions between Krishna and the gopis are possible only in Vrindavan, which is full of the opulences of transcendental love. The form of Krishna is the original source of all transcendental qualities. It is like a mine of gems. The opulences belonging to all the personal expansions of Krishna are to be understood to be bestowed by Krishna. Therefore, Krishna is the original source and shelter of everyone.
Beauty, humility, mercy, merit, patience, and expert intelligence are all manifested in Krishna. But besides these, Krishna has other qualities like good behavior, mildness, and magnanimity. He also performs welfare activities for the whole world. All these qualities are not visible in expansions like Narayan. Purport by His Divine Grace of Acharyana Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentions that qualities of beauty, humility, mercy, merit, patience, and expert intelligence are brilliant qualities, and when they are exhibited in the person of Narayana, one should know that they are bestowed upon Narayana by Krishna. Good behavior, mildness, and magnanimity are found only in Krishna. Only Krishna performs welfare activities of the whole world. Very interesting purport, which just, I think, like, quotes the translation of the verse. Approximately the same. But the interesting part here is if Narayan have this quality, that means Krishna, like, how to say it? One should know that they are bestowed upon Narayana by Krishna. I think we can continue reading because I don't know what to say in this regard. Shouldn't mind.
After seeing Krishna, various people criticize the blinking of their eyes. In Vrindavan, all the women were Christian from Germany. All combined to form constant passion. And the beauty of the light became often. For this reason, men and women became very Now, Krishna, when you go to the forest during the day and you do not see your sweet face, which is surrounded.
These syllables are compared to the meaning relates to Krishna. Thus, all three worlds are filled with desire. The face of Krishna is the king of all moods, and the body of Krishna is the throne. Thus, the king governs a society. His face is considered the king of moods, and his body is considered the throne. All the other common moods are considered to be subordinate moods. His left cheek is a mood, and his right cheek is a mood. His forehead is considered a half mood. The spot of ascending above his forehead is considered a mood. His fingernails and his ornaments are also different. Krishna has two ears standing on both his breasts. Both are considered full moons. His forehead is considered a half moon. His forehead is something compared with
His fingernails are many full moons, with his points on the fruit in his hand. They are seen as a treasure. His toenails are also many full moons, and song in which the beautiful light. Krishna's face does it enjoy a king. That full moon face makes his sharp-shaped feelings and lotus eyes dance. His eyebrows are like bows, and his eyes are like arrows. His ears are fixed on the string of that bow, and when his eyes spread to his ears, he pierces the heart of the gopis. The dancing features of his face surpass all other full moons and expand the marketplace of full moons. Although priceless, the nectar of Krishna's face is distributed to everyone. Some purchase the moon rays of his sweet smiles, another purchase the nectar of his lips. Thus he pleases everyone.
Krishna has two reddish, wildly spread eyes. These are ministers of the king, and they subdue the pride of Cupid, who also has beautiful eyes. The face of Govinda is the home of the pastimes of Krishna. For not having given more than two eyes. When the onlooker of Krishna's face becomes dissatisfied in this way, he thinks, why thousands and millions of eyes? Why has he given me only two? Even these two eyes are disturbed by blinking, which keeps me from continuously seeing Krishna's face. Thus one accuses the Creator of being dry and tasteless due to engaging in severe austerities. Know how to create and set things in their proper places.
The Creator says, let those who will see Krishna's beautiful face have two eyes. Just see the lack of consideration exhibited by this person poisoned as a Creator. If the Creator took my advice, he would give millions of eyes to the person who intend to see Krishna's face. If the Creator will accept this advice, then I would say that he is competent in this work. The transcendental form of Lord Shri Krishna is compared to an ocean. A particularly extraordinary vision in the moon above that ocean, Shri Krishna's face, and an even more extraordinary vision is his smile, which is sweeter than sweet, and it's like shining beams of moonlight. While speaking of these things with Sanatana Goswami, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to remember one thing after another. Moving his hand in ecstasy, he recites a verse. O my Lord, the transcendental body of Krishna is very sweet, and his face is even sweeter than his body. But his soft smile, which has the fragrance of honey, is sweeter still. This verse is quoted from the Krishna Kishor 92 by Bilvamangal Thakur. My dear Sanatana, the sweetness of Krishna's personality is just like an ocean of ambrosia. Although my mind is now afflicted by convulsive disease, and I wish to drink that entire ocean, the repressive physical physician does not allow me to drink even one drop. When there is a combination of kapha, pitta, and vayu, the three bodily elements, there occurs sannipati, or a convulsive disease. Lord Chaitanya said, this disease of mine is caused by the personal features of Lord Krishna. The three elements are the beauty of Krishna's body, beauty of his face, and the beauty of his smile. Striking by these three beauties, my mind goes into convulsions. It wishes to drink the ocean of Krishna's beauty, but because I'm undergoing convulsions, my physicians, who is Sri Krishna himself, doesn't even allow me to take a drop of water from that ocean. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was ecstatic in this way because he was presenting himself in the mood of the gopis. The gopis wanted to drink the ocean of sweetness arising from the bodily features of Krishna, but Krishna didn't allow them to come near. Consequently, their desire to meet Krishna increased, and being unable to drink the ambrosia of Krishna's bodily features, they become very unhappy. What do you think about this? Any thoughts?
The devotees were immature at the stage that the movement was first beginning when Prabhupada was writing the book, so he could only give so much. But then it was for the devotees to become more advanced themselves, and then they could go deeply into these descriptions and pastimes, and then we'd understand Krishna, that Srila Prabhupada is giving us everything, and he's given us the highest. Because we all hear these descriptions, but how deeply we can realize them is a question of how well we've applied ourselves to our sadhana. So if our sadhana is not very developed and we're kanishtas, then our understanding of this will be very superficial. Then if we're Madhyama Adhikari, we're out preaching, and it goes to another level, then the Uttama Adhikari is the one that can really relish.
Father, we read Chaitanya Caritamrta. It's more difficult to understand something. The beginning of Chaitanya Caritamrta is from Sambandha Gyan as well, started again. Of this position of the Lord. But, Madhya Lila and especially Ante Lila, really difficult to understand. And you can understand this by mercy, not by, as we read today, and then austerities or something like this.
Yeah, that devotee Patri that came. I don't know what the Ukrainian is for the word understand. The Ukrainian word for understand.
Ukrainian word for understand what?
Do you know what is the word in Ukrainian for understand?
Rozumíte, понимаете.
Rozumika.
Yes.
So, like he was saying, a point that I made a while ago is that to understand something, we have to stand under it. I have to turn the word around, stand under.
Yeah.
To take shelter. And the Sanskrit stan, I mean, to understand, it's a question of being able to situate yourself under that, and then you'll appreciate it.
Yeah, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this particular verse as well. What he does? Yeah. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in this verse we just read, exactly what he did, just under. He took shelter. Yes, this position. It's very wonderful, when we understand the context of this dialogue. Sanatana Goswami, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And we may not feel the same emotion while we're reading this description of Krishna's beautiful form, but at the same time, we may try to see, to understand this emotion as we saw, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he felt something, and this is discussed here. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he heard about Krishna's beauty, he wasn't just sitting and falling asleep, or he had emotions, really strong emotions, and what he did, he just, at least he showed to ourselves, he took this position. Gopi Bhartar, Padeka Malavar, Dasa, 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 Anadasaha. Yeah. As we can see on this picture, rasa dance, Krishna pastimes. You see some peacocks or a little deer, in the corner, just in the shade, Deer didn't enter, rasa dance, but he you can observe it. I remember once, His Holiness Radhanath Swami was asked, I think he also observed some picture, and he was asked who is the character you like on this picture, and he showed something like in the corner, very small, and so because he took this like insignificant position, as maybe I remember, was it Mahaprakash Lila, when all the servants bring some water, to perform Abhishek to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he took his form of the Lord, when he accepted his position as the Lord, and this very nice, beautiful illustration, because the servants who just brought some water and never came close to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they get the whole mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This dasa, 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 anudasa. The servant of the servant of the servant. Very, how to say it, good position, very safe position in our spiritual life. Any other thoughts?
There's a recommendation by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur that we shouldn't spend our whole life in the North Nivriti, and that after 10-20 years of steady service, we should start the stage of Artha Pravritti, which is to start looking at most of the things that we want to involve rather than just kicking out all the other. So we have to get out of the North Nivriti, and then at the stage of Nishta, then we can start getting ruchi, getting a taste for these things. And everything is based upon our chanting, on how well we can chant the holy name. We were reading this morning, Sachidananda Swami, he was saying there's a certain point where you're not chanting the mantra anymore. The mantra is chanting you. The mantra takes over, it goes through you. So you're not trying to do anything anymore. You're just allowing the mantra to take over.
Remember that line, like first Nama, then Rupa appears from Nama. Yes, it's very important point. So I'm just thinking about this, that we may not feel the same, emotions and no need to imitate them, obviously. No, that's their own way to understand this. You know, if it started to imitate, this is called sahaja. But if we, while reading these emotions, we, I don't know, appreciate them or feel this, we may feel like I'm grateful for this opportunity just to absorb these emotions that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt, you know, in this regard. It's very, you know, we just, you know, just happy for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He can feel these emotions. Oh, some senior devotees as well. Yeah, it's like a simple example when some, I don't know, senior devotee who has a real relationship with the holy name, he led the kirtan, for example, you know, and you can just join this, and you feel some happiness. You may not feel the same happiness if you just lead kirtan alone, or I don't know, but in the presence of senior devotees, you may feel some happiness. So maybe it's not your taste for now, but it's like reflection or shade of the taste, you know, which is senior devotees gave his blessings upon you, and you will feel something. So there's a process. First, just to stay in the society of devotees. It's really important. It's really important why we have to visit temple, you know, not have to, but I mean, our spiritual life, it's really important to visit temple regularly, just to engage in this process. If I don't have taste chanting holy names, maybe someone had. It's a recommendation by Bhaktivinoda Thakur as well. If you don't have taste, you don't have enthusiasm to chant Hare Krishna, what to do? Just come and sit in the presence of some devotee who has this enthusiasm to chant Hare Krishna. It's like epidemic, yes. Coronavirus, Namavirus. Just sit in the presence. Yeah, maybe again, like Patra Prabhu came, yes, and such enthusiasm. I don't know, you know, just this really strong enthusiasm. Just stay sometime in his presence, yes, and you can feel the same, not the same enthusiasm, obviously, but you know, something. You get something as well. You know? More enthusiasm in chanting, more enthusiasm in preaching, more enthusiasm in everything. Yeah. Really important, really important. Sight of devotees is really important.
Chaitanya Caritamrta makes a nice point as well in Chaitanya Sadahari, a book about chanting the holy name. He says that if you don't have a taste for chanting the holy name, then whilst you're chanting, you should have a powerful thought traveling in the mind about the greatness of Krishna. So that's like Vishnu Smaranam. So we tend to think that, oh, I don't want to be a sahaja, so I'll just hear and chant because I'm not elevated enough to remember all these things, you know. But you have to remember something. So if you're not proactively remembering all these wonderful descriptions of Krishna, then you'll have to remember something else, and it'll be all your, instead of Rasa Leela, it'll be Rascal Leela. All the things you used to do when you were a rascal, because your mind will have to remember something. And because you don't have enough taste to just be absorbed, then you can proactively read all these books that Srila Prabhupada has given us, and then while you're chanting, you can reflect on these things till eventually you get to the point where you are absorbed in the holy name. And then you go into Leela, and then you're not just reading the books, you're in the books.
Yeah, I think that's one of the most important points in chanting Krishna holy names, you know, because sometimes we have a lot of practice, different practice, like how to focus your mind, how to meditate properly during chanting of Hare Krishna. But I would say the main recommendation, if you just at least 1 hour reading Srila Prabhupada's books every day, level of your japa, you know, just different level, completely different level. Yeah, and that's the reality. And if you, again, every time you're in presence of the person who read Srila Prabhupada's books every day, you know, had the sadhana to read Prabhupada's books every day, his chanting of Hare Krishna is really, you know, another level, much deeper, much deeper. So the most, how to say, common problem in our chanting, in our inattentive chanting, is we don't read Prabhupada's books. We don't discuss them. We don't absorb them, we don't go deeper into this discussion. That's why during Hare Krishna mantra, Hare Krishna, we think about, some mundane things. YouTube, Instagram, Reels, TikTok, I don't know. It depends on your age. Maybe some news, politics, anything. But yeah, without that, it's real difficult to focus your mind. Because when we just read Prabhupada's books, I don't know, you read Prabhupada's books at least 1 hour a day, you will find 100% you will find something about chanting of holy names. Because on Hare Krishna mantra, it's impossible not to find in any Prabhupada's books, because everywhere he speaks about this. Yeah. Just everywhere. I think we should stop here. Chaitanya Caritamrta ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Pavan ki jai, Chaitanya Caritamrta ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.